What's up, heroes? Hope everyone's having an awesome day. Today is May 13th, 2020, and welcome to the F Principle Podcast. I'm super excited for this one in particular, because it's something that I'm very passionate about. Okay, so we have this thing that really takes away, it kind of steals our happiness. It steals it, and it's most of the time is created by fear. And there are two things that are very similar: impatience and timelines. The reason why we are impatient is because we develop our own timelines. But where do those timelines come from? Why do they exist? Why do we make them? Okay, where do we get inspired to make these timelines? That's what I really want to discuss. Because for most of the time, when we have our timelines, okay, they are created most out of fear. You see other people succeed with something. They're like, okay, it took this person, I don't know, a week to get certain results. So I'm going to expect a week to get the same results. But what you don't see is what happened before this person did the whatever campaign, whether, for example, I'm doing the whole campaign right now for the journey. Okay, it starts on June 8th. I've seen people campaign for a week and get ridiculous results. Like, they had people like 400 people sign up, 500 people sign up. People pitched and got thousands of people to sign up. If that was on my case, if I was thinking, oh, okay, I want to get 1,000 people sign up and I'm going to do it within a week, like, let's be real. You got to be realistic. Not many people know me, and that's fine, because this is just the beginning of the biggest project that's going to affect so many people and is going to inspire, motivate, and change people's lives for the better, right? If I'm going to be impatient, and I am not going to lie, I was so impatient when I started this project. The F Principle was ultimately supposed to be a seminar based on the principle that I created. And then when working on it, I realized, hey, there is no seminar happening. And instead, there is a course being created. So then I'm like, okay, how hard can it be to promote a course that will help people? And then I start setting up these crazy goals, like, hey, let's do it. Let's get the course. Let me help you out. Let's go. And I wasn't getting the results I wanted. Why? Because I was trying to go for the results rather than go to help people. See, I always want to help people, and I want to help you. But if I start going for the results before thinking of helping you, you ain't going to get nothing. I'm not going to get nothing out of it. Yes, I've gained some form of results, but not the ones I was looking for. And what really started to show is when I started attracting more focus on helping people and working for the people, helping people conquer fears, manifest happiness. That's when results started to show. People start showing up. People start purchasing the gears, like the Fuck Fear shirt that I'm currently wearing. This is what differentiates between doing it out of love and doing it out of fear. When I started the program, I put in $25,000. I invested $25,000 to get the program up and running. So naturally, the first thing I'm thinking, how do I make $25,000 back? I got to pay the dues. And that's what makes it difficult. You got to stop creating the timelines, because the timelines will get you working hard, but not smart. And you're going to work hard, you're going to work hard, you're going to work harder, and you're going to see that you're not getting the results you want. Why? Because the harder you work, the more tired you get. And the more tired you get, the less results you're going to get. It's just very, very simple. You got to work smart. You got to work hard, but you also got to work smart. And without working smart, it's very hard for you to get the results, right? You got to find out, to get the results, you got to find out, hey, what's the real passion here? Why am I doing this? Okay. So, for example, when I was in the entertainment, why was I so successful in the entertainment? Because I was performing for the people. I was serving the people, the clients. I wasn't doing it for the money. Money comes after. Okay. And happiness comes when you're helping people. I mean, look at a time when, let's say, for example, you got flowers for your mom. You saw her all happy. You got flowers for your girlfriend. You got flowers for your boyfriend. And they used to, or a gift in general. And you saw how happy they were. That made you happy, right? You weren't thinking about, hey, I'm trying to save money or I'm trying to do this. You're thinking about how can I make this person happy? If you save money at the same time, cool. But this is not a financial lesson, okay? I'm telling you this because it takes away happiness. You create an imaginary scenario that does not exist. You start overthinking and then you get tired. And I've seen a lot of this happen in businesses and personal lives. People just quit. After a certain period of time, they're not getting the results. They're like, yo, I'm out. I'm a bouncing. Okay? Now, instead, if they were focusing on why are they doing it? What is their reason? How can they go forward? How can they help people? How can they bring value? How can they make someone smile? You're going to see the results happen a lot faster and a lot more frequent. Don't worry about the timeline. Yes, it's good to set goals. It's good to set end days. It's good to set impossible goals. And I always promote setting impossible goals. Those are the goals that you can't even reach. But when you go towards it, you can't self-sabotage yourself if you don't accomplish it. Because you're setting up yourself goals, you're setting those goals to go far. If you can't reach the goals in 10 years, let's say, don't self-sabotage, don't feel like a failure. Just because you haven't done it today doesn't mean you can't do it tomorrow or you'll never do it. It doesn't mean that. The truth is, if you do not give up, if you go forward, if you are providing the value, if you are helping people, you will succeed. And I promise you that at the end of the day, when you do succeed, when you do get what you want, you're going to look back. You're going to remember all the hard times. You're going to remember all the tears. You're going to remember all of that negative thoughts, all the times you wanted to give up. And you're going to be glad you didn't give up. And that I promise you. Because when you fall, you have to go back up. Because if you're not going back up, then you're not really falling down again. You're just like, okay, I fell. I'm going to play safe a bit. And then you crawl. What's the point of crawling when you have legs to walk? Okay? That's what I want you to understand. Don't make decisions based off fears. Like, oh, okay, I want this to succeed because if I don't succeed within a week, oh, I'm a failure. Why? Why do you have to be a failure if you don't succeed in one thing? It means you've done it, but you haven't done the right thing towards it. That's what you have to really take into consideration, right? So find another way, find something else towards that goal. And people don't usually take this route. They just give up, they conform and go back to comfort. And I always talk about this. Comfort is the fucking devil. Stay away from that shit. Seriously. You don't want to be comfortable. You want to be uncomfortable. Okay? So you want to set those expectations, but don't set them to win. Create those expectations to learn. That is the essence. That's the reason why you want those expectations. These expectations, these impossible goals, okay? Create a timeline for a certain reason, right? Don't make the timeline and, the expectation take over your life. Make them to set impossible goals and go all in. If you don't find a way, good. But now you know what doesn't work. Try something else. All right. I cannot stretch this enough. This is so vital for people to understand. Like, people give up on life partners. They're like, oh, this person doesn't like me, so whatever. This person only sees me as a friend, whatever. But let me ask you, what if that person, or what if this opportunity that you're going towards is the best thing for your life? What if it is your actual goal and you decide to walk away from that? You decide to give up on that, rage quit, if you will, right? Why are you looking at all the negative scenarios instead of all the positive scenarios, right? Oh, this person doesn't like me. Why? How can I get them to like me? Is there let's be real, whether it's a business relationship, a romantic relationship, there's always a two-player game. But if you find ways for them to like you, if you find ways for them to do business with them, there's a way, right? You don't want to just back out. If you back out, you'll lose. But what you can do, you can take a step back and reassess the situation. Okay, this is not working. This person doesn't like me. I can't get this job. And what do I do? What can I do different? What have I been doing and why wasn't it working? When you reassess, only then you'll start seeing answers more clearly. But never quit. There's a difference. There's a fine line between quitting and taking a step back and to see if this is for you or not. Because sometimes when you take a step back, that's when you truly see, okay, maybe this is not for me. I mean, look, I thought entertainment was my life. I've been doing it for 18 years. 18 years in the entertainment industry. I took a step back and I realized, hey, it's time to put an end to it. Now, I didn't quit entertainment. I left it behind because I've grown as a person, and that's what happens. Don't get stuck on something, because no matter what, you always grow. And if that thing or person is not growing with you, well, then it may be time to move on. That's why I always encourage, when you're in a relationship, when you're with a business or family or whatever, you have to grow together, because together you go up, right? You're not going separate ways. So always remember that. All right. So again, don't let your expectations, don't build timelines and expectations for the sake of getting those things done out of fear of, being called a failure, or out of fear of not being successful. Create that. Create a time, and so you learn, okay, I want to make $1 billion in 5 days. Unrealistic. But hey, if I have a blueprint of everything that's going to make me the $5 billion in 5 days, I'll give it a shot. If it doesn't work, cool. I'll take a step back, reassess, and then I'll see, is this worth it or is it not worth it? At the end of the day, your happiness is what is worth the most to you, because without happiness, what it really is life, right? So always make sure to be happy. Always make sure that to do things that make you happy. So write a list of what makes you happy, and then do those things. And if those things are not making you happy, well, then look at the list again and see, hey, what are the things to make you happy? All right. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take care.